Hello, everyone. I'm James Milan, and welcome to this DPCD update. I am joined by Kelly Lynema, who has been doing these for the last little while. Kelly, great to see you.
Nice to see you too, James.
We, as always, have plenty to talk about, so we're going to get going right away. Maybe the biggest, well, no doubt, the biggest news to talk about is the fact that there is an incoming DPCD director who has, in fact, started as we are doing this taping. But tell us about the reception coming up for the new DPCD director, and tell us a little bit about Claire herself.
Sure, I'd be happy to. So Claire Ricker has joined us. She started on Monday of this week, on September 19th. So we're giving her a few weeks to get settled in before she joins us for a future ACMi update. But we are hosting a welcome reception for her next week, Thursday, September 29 at 5 o'clock p.m. through 6:30 p.m. in the Lions Hearing Room in Town Hall. We definitely invite everyone to stop by and say hello and introduce yourself to her, meet her in person. She's very excited to be here, and I'm looking forward to talking with the two of you at a future update.
Great. So tell us about Medford Street. We've got a little bit of, it's going to be obvious to folks, I think, but there's a project getting going there, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you drive or bike or walk at all toward West Medford or from West Medford to Arlington Center, you've probably noticed that DPW did an awesome job of repaving Medford Street this summer. We are in the process of studying how to restripe that street. So DPW will be putting in a center line, but at the same time, we're reaching out to the community to try to find out what the best way of restriping that street will be. Connect Arlington, which was completed last year, recommended introducing bike lanes, since this is a key corridor that connects us with West Medford and back, as well as the West Medford commuter station. So we have a survey that's going out, and it'll be available through October 7. Just inviting people. We want people to share whether you're in a butter or you drive through or you bike through. Let us know how you experience Medford Street and what you'd like to see there.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. And clearly it is Medford Street right there in front of the Regent Theater, et cetera, is kind of it's a small piece of, small length of the road, and yet really used in a number of different ways. And so the idea that you would be soliciting public input, typical of the planning department, I know, but around this and the fact that it is used in multiple ways by people in different modes of transportation, et cetera, that I think that's great news, because it really is a very, very well used, let's say 350 yards at least. All right, so moving on, one of the things that we've talked about, going back, quite a bit now, since I guess ARPA funds were first released by the federal government, is the various projects that the planning department has taken those dollars and put them to good use doing. So I think you've got updates on a couple of those programs.
Yeah. So I think we've talked before about the Transformative Growth Grant project, which we are now happy to announce that the town is administering more than $860,000 in grants to our local Arlington organizations and businesses. We've done rounds of rental support for businesses and operational support, but this was a more flexible grant that was designed to let businesses tell us what they needed, how much money they needed, what kind of staff or programming or placemaking or facilities, any kind of infrastructure that they needed in order to pivot their business in a post-COVID economy. And so we're really excited that we have like a pretty long list of businesses who are receiving funding through this. And then over the next few months, we'll be sharing stories about how our grant awardees have been using that money to improve their businesses and have a more future-oriented business model.
Great. And I think there's also a housing stability program update.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is another program we're starting out. So we have already done a couple of rounds of housing stability, both through CARES Act and then the first round of tenant homeowner assistance. This is a new project, the Housing Stability Program, that is also offering assistance to Arlington residents. So whether you own your home or you rent your home, as long as you earn less than the median household income in Arlington, you can apply for rental or mortgage assistance for up to 3 months. We have the program materials available in different languages. We can offer translation assistance, but we'll be accepting applications on a rolling basis through December of this year.
And speaking of folks possibly below the median income and looking for housing assistance, there is the Affordable Housing Trust Action Plan, which got an update just last night. And I know that you were part of those proceedings. So can you tell us about that?
Yeah, the trust has been very busy this summer. I think we've talked about them at a few other interviews. But we're excited to announce that the trust has released the draft of the action plan. And this action plan will guide how the trust will invest in the preservation and creation of affordable housing over the next 5 years. On the 21st, last night, we had a public meeting where we presented an overview of the plan, and trustees talked about their goals and strategies for achieving, for improving the amount of housing, affordable housing that we provide in Arlington, and also preserving it. And then we heard from the community. We got a lot of feedback last night. If you missed that meeting, we have a recording available on the trust website. We also have the draft plan posted, and we have a public comment period that's open through October 3 of this year. So there's a feedback form on the website, and then all of the materials from last night. So you didn't miss anything. You can still get up to speed.
You know, this particular update today has been a really kind of a nice little mix to me of brand new stuff to announce, and then kind of, again, updates on existing programs or topics that we have talked about. We are going to wrap up with a topic that we have talked about on a number of occasions before as well. Also, you know, really important to lots and lots of people in town, and that is what is being done, what has been done, what will be done with the Mass Ave Appleton intersection here in Arlington Heights. So I think you've got an announcement for us about that too.
We're asking everyone to save the date. So our next public meeting for the Mass Ave Appleton project is on October 18. This is going to be an in-person meeting in Town Hall. And if you're not comfortable with that, we will be figuring out ways for people to provide their feedback afterward. But at that meeting, our consultants are going to present some concept designs and give people something that they can actually provide some feedback on. So they've been working on concept designs based on public input from previous meetings. And then this is just going to be a way for people to take a look at those, ask questions, mark them up, let us know what we did right, what we did wrong, what needs to change, and find out ways that we can keep on addressing those goals that have been established for improving the Mass Ave corridor.
That is, again, it is a topic that is very compelling for lots of us. And, you know, I know very few Arlington residents that don't pass by that intersection with great regularity. So good to know, again, that things are proceeding forward. And as usual, that the public is going to be involved with all this planning. So I wanted to thank you very much, Kelly, for joining us today. I think that wraps it up. Did we miss anything?
Nope, that's it. Thank you.
All right, that's great. Lots to share today, and we really appreciate your time, as always.
It's great to talk with you, James. Have a good day.
You too. I've been speaking with Kelly Lynema for this DPCD update. We really do appreciate Kelly's time. She's a busy woman, and she makes the time for this and for us. And we appreciate your time as well joining us here. Thanks so much. I'm James Milan. This is the DPCD update, and we'll see you next time.